you spend about a third of your life in sleep and roughly 20% of that dreaming. What is important about sleep? Well, it seems that neurodevelopment is an important aspect of it. REM sleep may be particularly important for neurodevelopment because the younger you are, the more REM sleep you have. So that the neonate, newborn, has something like 50% of their sleep is REM. Other aspects of sleep are very important for memory storage, memory consolidation. To be associated with the transfer of daily experiences from a short-term storage capacity, which is probably the hippocampus in the brain, to a kind of a hard drive, which is represented in the prefrontal cortex. And the studies of Manda and colleagues seem to show that you need to have sleep to transfer the material from the hippocampus to the prefrontal lobes in order that the hippocampus is now available for further storage. It's like sort of downloading pictures on your digital camera into your computer so that you've got more room left in the camera to take down some new experiences. Background stimuli tend to be incorporated into the dream. If the doorbell rings, somebody is coming to visit you in your dreams, probably not the person who's actually ringing the doorbell. Music will be incorporated so that you imagine that you're at a party scene, perhaps. If water is sprayed on a sleeping individual, they're likely to dream that it's raining. They're outside and the rain is starting. Of course, dreams are surrealistic. They tend to morph from one situation to another. The laws of physics don't apply. You may be able to fly in your dreams, which you can't normally do, unless you're an advanced Scientologist or something. They tend to be symbolic and metaphorical. And you yourself is always at the center of the action, but having remarkably little control over it. That is, we are there, but things are happening to us rather than us controlling the sequence of events. Dreams can solve problems and provide inspiration, presumably because they provide loose associations, which is one of the keys to creativity. Now, dreams, of course, are famously full of symbolism. And one of the questions is why? Well, probably the simplest answer is that symbolism is actually a fairly primitive kind of thought. It's pictorial and metaphorical, whereas more advanced kinds of thought involve mathematics and words. Another theory that's been around for some time was first suggested by Newman Evans. Christopher Evans was an English psychologist who was way ahead of his time because computers were fairly primitive when he began to use them as a model for dreams. But what he was saying is that dreams are the experiential byproduct of the offline brain sorting experiences from the day, discarding the junk that you don't need to bother with again, and placing material that will have future relevance into appropriate files where it can be associated with other experiences and can be re-accessed when necessary in your life. And if that is the case, then of course that would account for the fact that we have difficulty remembering our dreams, because your dreams are in themselves a memory consolidation process. Mainly Kelvin Hall and his colleagues maintain that we have exaggerated the extent to which dreams are bizarre. For the most part, they just reflect waking concerns about the past, the present, and the future, the things that trouble us in real life, are the things that trouble us in our dreams. Now, another suggestion has been that nightmares are a sort of a virtual reality situation in which you can practice coping with the dreadful things which have occurred to you and might occur to you in real life. So they are tryouts, they are rehearsals. And the same reason why you might go to see horror movies. You'd like to practice your coping strategies. What would I do if this happened to me in real life? And it's perhaps significant that a high proportion of dreams, about 80% of dreams according to these researchers, include threatening narratives of one sort or another. Not necessarily full-blown nightmares, but some kind of a threat that you have to deal with in the dream and that you ultimately might have to deal with in real life.